Mark had 5 assists the other night and really ran things from the high post. Schroeder, corner, Kuzma, hook pass. LeBron tried to gun it into AD. LBJ slam it home softly.
As they play more and more together. Early on, the Suns by 5.
They started 5 for 19. They're down by 2. Haven't been able to get over the hump in that regard. Gasol is back in. So is LeBron, LBJ, and AD. And LeBron hits it. And we'll talk about this throughout the course of the year, but he's been doing some great stuff with his LeBron James Family Foundation, his great charity work, as Mark hits the three-pointer. LeBron, are you going to go see it?
That's a good question.
If the theaters are open. They might be streaming that at that point. Here is LeBron's got it again, baseline.
2 in a row for LBJ, and the Lakers take their biggest lead of the night. And then the pass was thrown out of bounds as we look at LeBron with his turnaround fadeaway.
CP3. Paul throws it, chased down by AD. What a save. Taken by Matthews. 3-on-1. LeBron, Matthews, no. Follow, score it. LeBron James.
Stops or turnovers, they can get out into the transition. Look out, because they've got some finishers and they're unselfish, and it puts a lot of pressure. Made Ayton settle for the 17-footer.
AD's got 4 boards. So does Marc Gasol on the floor at the same time again. LeBron hangs and scores. Under 4 minutes to play. Crowder. Chris Paul being bumped there by Schroeder. Coming out to guard now is Gasol, taken away. Tap by LeBron. And now he gets to wear the purple and gold, and those gold jerseys are shining tonight. Look how bright they are, and we love seeing it. Underneath, blocked by THT, and that 7-1 wingspan.
Screen as we get another look at Talen blocking the shot.
Ayton can't finish it. Volleyballed once, twice, taken by the Lakers and Morris.
Somebody took a knee for the Lakers after that scrum.
Yeah, I was going to say, who is that? I think that's Trez down at the other end. Chris Paul was the one who recruited him. Talen into the key. Talen, reverse layup is good for THT.
And loves to go to the rim, and this is the reason why. Absorb the contact, throw it off the window, and get the hoop. The Lakers down by a pair.
Doubled up on the Lakers in that department. Horton-Tucker. THT. Little TNT dynamite as he scores.
It's his first scratch of the game.
Horton-Tucker, 14 minutes, 7 points. Make it 9 points for THT.
Turn 20. There's a long way to go there, but he can already be a nice complementary piece on a veteran team.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Played some good defense there. Harrell, here's THT. Going to the basket again. Strong move. Backhand layup is good.
He's best when he's the primary ball handler, like he's been in this last few minutes or so. When he has to play off the ball, he's not quite.
And look who's in charge. THT with the basketball. Time and score. Minute 22 and a 4-point lead. Look at that bounce. Great bounce.
That
and the
was
finish
nice.
with the left hand by Kaycock. Horton-Tucker now with 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 18 points.
Boy, he read that defense perfectly. Talen did.
All right, it's preseason basketball. All right, what am I supposed to throw? 15 fist pumps for a preseason game? 3-0 Lakers in preseason. Trying to hype up the preseason game. Trying to hype up this game against the Phoenix Suns. I can only do so much. Laker fans, appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for being a part of the post-game show after the post-game show, which is finished on 710 ESPN. All right, this is it. We're almost here. One more preseason game left to go, and then we're off. And then we're ready to go. Then it's ready to get these 72 games underway, and the Lakers will have a chance to obviously go back to back. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Okay, let me be honest here. So this is our 3rd preseason game. There were definitely some boring moments in the 3rd preseason game. Let's all be honest here. This is a channel and a platform where we can all be honest. There are definitely some boring moments. And then there were moments where it was actually got exciting. I mean, I thought the second quarter was exciting, and then I thought the fourth quarter. Lakers put up 43 points in the fourth quarter. So there was a little bit of some up and down going on with the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. So, got a few things that I want to get into, and let's get started. All right. So, you got to have moments where you give players credit, and then you got to have moments where you criticize certain players, right? Like, that's just how it goes. By the way, that's the same thing with the team, the organization, and everything else. So I would really, really, really like to see people on this channel tonight give Kyle Kuzma some credit tonight. And there's no guarantees, because every time I do, any one of these post-game shows, of course, the post-game show after the post-game show, every time I do one of these, I don't know what I'm going to get from Laker fans when it comes to Kyle Kuzma. I think everybody is everywhere when it comes to Kuz. But I'll tell you the take that I'm going to get on Kyle Kuzma tonight. I enjoyed watching him. I've enjoyed watching him this preseason. Just take advantage of the opportunity that he has, because here's the reality. The numbers that he's put up so far in the preseason, of course those are not going to, stay the same once we get into the regular season, because the freaking team is stacked. Lakers got so many good players on this team. Kyle Kuzma is only going to get, so many opportunities, right? Tonight, it was the 23 points from the Lakers. Let me see what he shot real quick as my computer goes idle. Perfect timing. No, I appreciate it. Just in the middle of a live show, but no, go ahead. Kuzma, 8 of 15 from the field, 32 minutes for the Lakers. I think in the last game he played 41 minutes. Somebody already thrown 8 of 15. Thank you for the help there. Thank you for the love. For all those that are on the channel that did not tell me what Kuz shot from the field, appreciate the help. Thank you for the help. So Kuz goes 8 of 15. So let's just give him some love. Let's give him some credit, because he deserves the credit. I enjoyed Anthony Davis complimenting him in the postgame show. I enjoyed Lakers head coach Frank Vogel kind of complimenting him. So a lot of the players give credit where you need to. We'll give Kyle Kuzma his credit. Here's now the one thing I'm going to say about Kyle Kuzma. The one thing I'm going to say about Kuz, and this is going to be the most important thing with Kuz this upcoming season, you just want to see consistency from Kuz. That's it. Just consistency from Kyle Kuzma. And what you don't want to see from Kuz is he has a good performance in one game, and then you don't hear about him from 3 or 4 games, which is probably still going to happen because it is his 4th year in the NBA. But I thought Anthony Davis said something interesting in the postgame. So AD was talking about how in your 4th year, the game starts to slow down a little bit, and he feels like that's going to be advantageous to Kuzma. And that Kuzma spent a lot of the offseason, the short offseason, he spent a lot of the short offseason still working on his game, getting up shots. AD also talked about how, he's taken the challenge on defense. He wants to guard guys like Kawhi or Devin Booker or whatever the case is. So let Kuzma do his thing. With all that being said, I want to just kind of preface, as we watch Kuz this season, I genuinely don't know what his role is going to be, and I don't think he's really 100% sure what his role is going to be yet because the team is so stacked. But this guy has to find a way. He's got to find a way to just got to find a way to contribute. You're on a championship team, so at the end of the day. A couple people want some fist pumps. I got you guys. You're on the championship team, so you kind of got to find a way to fit in. And that's how it is. You ain't AD. You're not LeBron James. And because you're not, you just got to find a way to fit in. Okay. Any thoughts on Kuz? You guys want me to read any of your comments? If you got thoughts on Kuz, throw your thoughts on here. All right. Somebody on here, Kuz has began to learn to play alongside LBJ and AD. He's now calm. Okay. All right. C's says no thoughts. Thank you for that, C's. Went out of his way to tell me he doesn't have thoughts. Not he just didn't type anything, but actually typed in no thoughts. All right, we got another guy on here that says Kuz is underrated. I don't think Kuz is underrated. I think, the way the hype becomes, real is you're doing it on a consistent basis. I got another guy that said my brain is blank. Don't stress too much over it. You guys are good. If you don't have a comment on Kuz, don't stress. Don't stress. There's other things to stress about in life. Got another one. Kuzma gets undeserved hate. Kuz does. I mean, there's no other player on this Lakers roster that gets this up and down like Kuzma does. Kuz definitely gets that. I mean, one day I'll come on here and everybody's going to have some positive comments about Kuz, and then the next day everybody's like, get Kuz out of here, do this, do that. So, is what it is. Okay. Another comment. Definitely looks like he's playing for his next contract. Can you blame him? It is a contract here for Kuz. All right, I'm gonna start moving on here. Let me go. You guys want me to go LeBron and AD together or Talen Horton-Tucker? LeBron and AD or THT? Which one? First one to 5. THT up 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. What a blowout. Not even close. Not even close. I mean, this is such a blowout between Talen Horton-Tucker and LeBron James and Anthony Davis. It's almost as if LeBron and AD don't even exist anymore. Look at Laker fans giving love to Talen Horton-Tucker. Love to Talen Horton-Tucker. All right, let's talk THT real quick. All right, so Talen Horton-Tucker, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block shot, 7 of 11 from the field. I thought he was forcing it in the beginning of the game, and then as the game progressed, specifically in the second half, he kind of got downhill meaning defense is backpedaling. He's got a running start, and he was starting to get to the basket. Let me make sure I kind of explain Talen Horton-Tucker. Very simple here. The dude can play. So if 2 weeks ago he was not in the conversation before about getting real rotational minutes, now I think the conversation is, well, how many minutes is he going to get? It's not a question of, is he going to get rotational minutes? The question now becomes, how many minutes is he going to get? What exactly is his role going to be? When he does come in, who is he going to come in with? So that's, I think, the reality of where we are with Talen Horton-Tucker. I mean, here I am doing the postgame show after the postgame show, and I'm asking Laker fans, you want to talk about LeBron and AD or Talen Horton-Tucker? And Laker fans on here are saying, Al, LeBron and AD, what have they done lately? Give me some THT. So I'll say this about Talen Horton-Tucker. I think he's going to be a part of a real rotation for the Lakers. I really do. I think he's got the ability. Did you guys know this? I didn't even know this. I heard Ireland say this today. Do you know how much the guy weighs? He's 6'4", weighs 234 pounds. And you know what his wingspan is? He's got a 7'1" wingspan. 7'1" wingspan. He's 6'4". That's insane to me. I mean, absolutely insane to me. The dude's going to be a part of the rotation. He really is. I mean, I am now, like I said, it's not a matter of should he get playing time, should the Lakers develop the guy. I think he's going to be a part of the rotation. Now, whose minutes is he going to take? I'm not sure whose minutes he's going to take because, from a guard perspective, let me just kind of lay out all the guards for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder, Alex Caruso, KCP, Wesley Matthews. You got a lot of, guards on this team. I think Talen Horton-Tucker is going to get he's definitely going to get opportunities. I really do. I think he's going to get opportunities and, hopefully he's going to make the best of it. I mean, the reality is there's going to be times where we're walking away from a game where, he struggled or whatever the case is, but that's going to happen. The kid's only 20 years old, but he's a good player. I think he's going to be an effective asset for the Lakers. And the crazy thing is 2 weeks ago, we weren't even talking about him. You know, we literally weren't talking about him. We're not talking about him at all. You know, not gonna lie, he reminds me a lot of me when I was 20. You know what I mean? Just his skill set, how natural his game is, his high IQ for the game. That's all I got. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about, Laker fans. All right, let's keep going here. Let's keep going, Laker fans. Let's keep going. Preseason basketball. Not kidding. All right, so here in the studios. This is where I do everything. I do everything right here. Mic is right here. I got the screen. Monitor above my head is, you know, the game. Ireland and Michael Thompson are over in the other studio, so they're like 2 studios away, but I could see them. And there's moments of the game where it was entertaining, and then there was other moments of the game where I'm like, we got to speed this thing up. No timeouts. No timeouts. Just speed this thing up. But we are 3 preseason games in now, so only one more left to go. And then once the Lakers obviously get through this last one on Friday, then we'll obviously get back. I love how everybody keeps the Trevor Lane one-on-one thing. Where did that come from? To play Trevor Lane one-on-one. I still don't understand where it came from. All right? Arguably the nicest man in the business, let me say, Trevor Lane. Okay. By the way, whoever keeps going Sasha, the Sasha thing didn't get old. The Sasha thing didn't get old. Sasha's gone, guys. I'm not getting Sasha. I learned from the Sasha moment. I promoted Sasha thinking he's coming. Sasha never came. All right? So I got a feeling that's going to haunt me there. That's always going to be there. Okay. Now I could do one of 2 things. It's first 1 to 5. All right, first 1 to 5. I could go LeBron and Anthony Davis together again, LeBron and AD, or roll call. First 1 to 5. LeBron, AD, or roll call. Which one do you guys want? 1-0 roll call. 2-0 roll call. 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, guys. Where are you guys tuning in from? Laker fans, where are you guys tuning in from? We'll give you guys a quick shout out. By the way, quick reminder, I got to do this every show. Subscribe to the channel. All right, if you come on here for the post-game show, after the post-game show, give the video a like if you like it, and please subscribe to the channel. All right? Singapore, thank you for being a part of the show. Los Angeles, somebody's at work. Get your work on. North Hollywood, Lagos a part of the show. Romania a part of the show. Crazy the international part to me. The international part is crazy to me. North Korea, South Korea, I hope those are real. Philly, Echo Park. Justin, who's in Echo Park, you're lucky the courts are closed right now. Because if the courts weren't closed, Justin, I would tell you right now, let's get out there to one of the courts and let's just go at it. But you're lucky that the parks are closed right now. All right, Bronx, thank you for tuning in. Glassell Park, Portugal, Anaheim. Ralph, let's go Clippers. Ralph, welcome to the channel, man. Thank you for coming to the Lakers postgame show to give a shout-out to a team that still has never been past the second round of the playoffs. Calgary, appreciate you tuning in. Bolivia, Houston, Singapore, Bellflower, Calgary, Norwalk, all of you, thank you for being a part of the show. Always great to do the show. Okay, Puerto Rico, somebody's in the bubble. Bubble's over, man. You can get out of Orlando. It's over now. We're doing it all local now. Thank you for being a part of the show. Had some Clipper fans kind of coming in lately. Just timing Clipper fans. You got to do it at the right time. Now's not the time. Things aren't going all that well. All right, let me do LeBron and AD real quick. Melbourne, Australia. Thank you for tuning in. Porter Ranch, Perry Mason, Diamond Bar, Vegas, Maryland. Okay. Thank you for being a part of the show. Yemen, thank you for being a part of the show. LeBron and Anthony Davis real quick. So they played their first preseason game. What'd they play? AD played 18 minutes. LeBron played 15 minutes. Expect them, by the way, Texas in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. Somebody's saying Schroeder is hurt. Schroeder's fine. We heard him in post game. He said that he doesn't feel like it's anything to worry about. Thinks he could be ready for Friday. Maybe they just take a precautionary measures and they wait until, the regular season starts. Okay. So LeBron and Anthony Davis get their first look today. There was a point in the second quarter, Lakers outscored Phoenix 32-19, where Lakers were actually trying. LeBron and AD and Marc Gasol and Dennis Schroeder, I forget who the fifth player, I think it was Kuz, just lockdown defense. And it actually was the second unit that came in at the end of the first quarter that kind of started turning things around, great energy. And then the Lakers, when the starting unit came back in, just playing fantastic defense. And it just gave you kind of a glimmer of, okay, this is what the potential can look like. It's the first time we've seen Marc Gasol and Dennis Schroeder playing with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So it's good to kind of see what the potential could be, what that potential could be down the road. And I think we could expect LeBron James and Anthony Davis to probably play a lot more in this final preseason game that's coming up on Friday. So expect them to play a lot more. Expect the Lakers to kind of give their final push of what it's going to eventually look like. But I'll tell you this. Definitely don't expect the Lakers, by the time we get to Tuesday's game against the Clippers at Staples Center. By the way, the Clippers, just a quick heads up on the Clippers, still have never made it to the Western Conference Finals, which is just after the second round. So just a heads up on the Clippers. I'm not sure if everybody knows that, but I just want to throw that out there because there are some Clipper fans that, sometimes have the tendency to watch a post-game show about the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't blame them. They should take some notes. Right now is when you should be taking some notes. Get a pad. It's right here. Just get a little pad and paper and take some notes. You know what I mean? This is how it's done. Don't expect by the time we get to Friday and the Los Angeles Lakers, by the time you get to December 22nd against the Clippers, don't expect what you see from the Los Angeles Lakers. What you see on December 22nd, I don't think it's going to look anything like what you're going to see a month from now, 2 months from now, or whatever the case is. I definitely think that's going to be, this team is going to, it's just going to look a lot different as the season evolves. I got a call during the postgame show, and somebody was talking about, the one where he thought was a weakness for the Lakers, and the weakness was the big men. That Dwight Howard's not there, JaVale McGee's not there, that he thinks that's going to be one of the weaknesses. I don't think Lakers really have that many weaknesses. I could see, by the way, you could make an argument and say, having Dwight Howard would have been fantastic. But with all that being said, I'll just kind of cap it off like this. There are a lot of teams that got holes in the NBA. Lakers, I think, have the least amount of holes. I think no question about it, they're the deepest team in the league. And I'm not just saying this. This is my honest opinion. I mean, just look at that roster. When I'm talking about what the second quarter looked like, you just kind of took a glimmer and you're like, damn, this team's going to be freaking ridiculous when they're clicking on all cylinders. But it's probably going to be a month, 2 months before they're clicking on all cylinders, or maybe even further than that. But the entire NBA is going to be trying to kind of catch up and figure things out. So, yeah, that's my thoughts so far in the preseason. That's my thoughts on this game. There really wasn't too much left to talk about. They put up 43 points in the fourth quarter. Quinn Cook had some great energy minutes. Jared Dudley, fired a couple threes and the bench went crazy. I thought it was comical to see what the bench was doing. But overall for the Lakers, they're the team to beat. And if they're healthy, and this is the squad that they have, unless another team goes out there and makes some kind of, big-time trade, they're the team to beat this year. And that's, I think, pretty obvious right now. And it's not because of these 3 preseason games. You could just tell that this team's going to be, they're going to be the squad to beat. All right. Questions? Questions, Laker fans? If you got some questions, fire them in right now. Vancouver, Canada, thank you for being a part of the show. Somebody thinks Gasol should be vegan, should go vegan. Okay. Interesting observation. If you got a question, throw in the question now. If not, we're going to probably start wrapping things up here. Death lineup. All right, death lineup for the Lakers. The best lineup for the Lakers. I was talking about who I think the Lakers should close with, and I did this a couple days ago. But it's a tough one because I don't know who to put at center. This for the roster spots, I don't hesitate. Dennis Schroeder, KCP I want in the game, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and then the question is that fifth player. That fifth player for me comes down to either Marc Gasol, if you want size, but Montrezl Harrell is just kind of one of those players. I think it's going to be tough to take Montrezl Harrell out of certain games because he's just a freaking dog. He'll do whatever the hell you need him to do. And that means AD goes to the 5. So then Montrezl could go to the 4. So my death lineup, Gasol or Montrezl? I love Gasol from IQ perspective in the sense he's been in the league for a long time, so much experience, all that. But Montrezl, you can't got kind of a dog in Montrezl. So death lineup's going to be one of those two guys. I throw in Montrezl. See what Montrezl can do. What else you guys got? Allen definitely at 5. It's funny you say that because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but back when I was around 20 years old, very similar to Talen Horton-Tucker. Our game, stylistically, almost identical. Maybe I was a little bit smoother than THT, but you know what? Talen, he's young. The guy needs time to figure things out. I didn't need time. I already had it by the time I was 20. He's still learning. Give the guy some time. Let's keep going there. I might have said this earlier. Yes, you might be right. But what if I got new people on the stream that weren't here? They weren't here earlier. So I have to kind of update them. I have to give them... I appreciate you guys tuning in. A couple fist pumps right here. That's an interesting one. THT next, Darren Williams. That's an interesting comp right there. Actually, I like that. They both got a little, Talen Horton-Tucker, 235 pounds. That's a big freaking guard. But he doesn't seem slow. Like, it seems like he's under control. I mean, most guards, if you were 235, you're not moving like Talen Horton-Tucker. So, but that's an interesting one because Darren Williams always was a bigger point guard. You guys seen the pictures of James Harden right now? Michael Thompson called him pudgy during the pregame show. Oh, James Harden. What an offseason for James Harden. All right, a couple more questions and I'm going to get out of here. Tokyo, Japan, thank you for being a part of the show. Kyle Kuzma as small guard or as shooting guard. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if Lakers try to use Kuz at the shooting guard. I mean, they used him today at the shooting guard. And that's such a big lineup. You know what I mean? The size that the Lakers have if Kuz is going at that spot in that position, that's a freaking huge lineup. How are you going to find playing time for all these guys? Caruso and KCP did not play tonight. How are you going to find playing time for all these guys? I honestly don't have the answer. But I hope the one thing Coach does, I hope, this is, I think, one of the most important things, and I think Coach will do this. You're not guaranteed minutes on this team. You got to prove that the minutes that you're getting on this roster are earned, and especially a roster that's as deep as this Lakers roster right now. So we'll see how he does it. James Lopez, is Harden fat or buff? I think he's been cut before and buff. He's definitely not fat, or he's definitely not buff at the moment. Let's keep it at that. That's how I'd rather put it. Fluff. As somebody's staying right here. Another great question. Did you cheat during the hot dog eating contest? Had 9 hot dogs, bro. 9 hot dogs. You don't cheat 9 hot dogs. You either have 9 hot dogs or you don't. I had 9 hot dogs. Let's keep going here. Edmonton, thank you for being a part of the show. All right, I think I got time for one more here. One more. Why? Because I'm ready to go home. That's it. No other reason. One more here. Should we start Kuz? No, we should not start Kuz. Kuz had a nice night tonight, and give him credit for what he did. Give him credit for when he has, obviously solid games. You want to give the guy, definitely want to give the guy credit, but should he start? No, I don't think he should start. I think his role is going to be coming off the bench. I think his role is going to be, always trying to make the extra pass, giving fantastic effort on the defensive side, taking the challenge of trying to guard really good players on the other side, using his length and his size, and hitting those open jumpers, trying to be aggressive when they're asking him to be aggressive. That's what Kyle Kuzma should be. Should he be starting? No, I don't think he should be starting. Let me see if I got a couple more. If I could get a couple more in here, I'm going to keep going. If not, then I'm out of here. All right, that's it. All right, thank you, Laker fans. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for being a part of the show. Lakers now one more preseason game left. So just give everybody a quick idea. Next couple of days. Filling in tomorrow, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. for Scott Kaplan, the Kaplan Show. So I'm filling in tomorrow, 8 to 10. And then Friday back on the broadcast. We have our pregame show starts at 6 o'clock. And then the actual game will tip off at 7:30. Somebody's asking me what I'm eating tonight. We got some good food at home. Let me just leave it at that. Got some good food at home. All right? Probably not what, most doctors would recommend is to say, hey, Al, why don't you get home around 10:45 and then just go eat and watch some TV. But, sometimes you got to just have your own game plan. Thank you for tuning in, Laker fans. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't.